Guys, today we're not just talking about One Piece. Today we're reliving the very first chapter of the greatest adventure ever created. East Blue Saga, the origin story that made millions fall in love with One Piece forever. A little kid eats a weird fruit by mistake, loses the ability to swim forever, and makes a promise to a man who sacrificed his arm. One day I'll give this straw hat back when I become the greatest pirate who ever lived. That's where Monkey D. Luffy's journey truly begins. First fight, first friendship, first real tears, first dream that turns into an unbreakable vow. Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, every single one of them joins the crew with a story that hits you right in the chest and makes you say, "This is exactly what I've been waiting for." And that final moment in Arlong Park, that's not just a scene. That's the exact second the meaning of Nakama changed for the entire world. So come with me. Let's go back to the weakest sea, the first ship, the first time someone screamed, "I'm going to become king of the pirates." Finish your tea or coffee, lock in, because this ride doesn't come around twice. East Blue Saga, full story, no... In a small village on Dawn Island, a 7-year-old boy named Monkey D. Luffy lives full of energy and dreams. One day, the Red Hair Pirates, led by the famous captain Shanks with red hair and a scar over his left eye, arrive at the village. Luffy admires them and keeps begging to join, but Shanks laughs and tells him, "You're still too small, Luffy. Being a pirate isn't a game, it's a dangerous life." Luffy doesn't give up. One night, he finds a strange-looking fruit inside one of the crew's chests and eats it, thinking it's normal food. Suddenly, his body changes. He becomes rubbery, stretching and snapping back like elastic. Shanks gets angry and shouts, "That's a devil fruit, the Gomu Gomu no Mi. Now you can never swim again. That's the price of that power." Luffy doesn't care. He's excited about his new ability. Days later, a giant sea monster attacks the village and drags Luffy into the water. Shanks jumps in to save him, using his strength to scare the beast away, but he loses his left arm in the process. They make it back to shore. Luffy cries, "Shanks, you lost your arm because of me." Shanks smiles through the pain and says, "This arm doesn't matter. What matters is that you live and chase your dream. You said you want to be a pirate, right?" Luffy nods fiercely. "I'm going to become the king of pirates. I'll find the One Piece." Shanks places his famous straw hat on Luffy's head and says, "Keep it for now. Give it back to me the day you become a great pirate. That's a promise." The Red Hair Pirates sail away, leaving Luffy determined to fulfill that promise. 10 years pass. Luffy is now 17, wearing an open red shirt and the straw hat on his head. He sets out alone, riding inside a small barrel across the open sea, shouting with excitement, "Here I go! My journey starts now! I'm going to build a crew and reach the Grand Line." His barrel crashes into the ship of Alvida, a pirate captain who carries a heavy iron mace and boasts about being the most beautiful woman on the East Blue Seas. Alvida storms out, yelling, "Who dares attack my ship? I am Alvida, the most beautiful woman alive." Luffy pops out of the barrel, grinning, "You're not beautiful, you're mean." He stretches his arm back and launches a powerful punch that sends her flying far away. On her ship, he meets Kobe, a timid boy forced to work for Alvida as a servant. Kobe trembles and says, "Are you a pirate?" I want to become a Marine someday, not like them. Luffy smiles. Then make your dream come true. I'll help you. But me? I'm going to become King of Pirates. Luffy helps Kobe escape. Kobe tells him about Roronoa Zoro, a famous pirate hunter currently imprisoned at a nearby marine base. Luffy heads straight there, determined to recruit him. At the marine base, Luffy finds Zoro tied to a wooden cross under the blazing sun for 9 full days, still gripping his 3 swords. Zoro is weak but unbreakable. I will become the world's greatest swordsman. I'm not afraid of death. Luffy walks up and says, "You're Zoro? Come with me. You'll be the swordsman of my crew." Zoro refuses at first. "I'm not a pirate. I hunt pirates." But Luffy insists. They are interrupted by Captain Axe Hand Morgan, the cruel base commander with a giant metal axe for a hand. Morgan attacks Luffy, but Luffy's rubber body dodges the blows easily. With one strong hit, he defeats Morgan. Luffy frees Zoro, who eats a small onigiri that a little girl had secretly given him earlier. Zoro finally agrees. "Fine, I'll join you, but if you ever get in the way of my dream or betray me, I'll kill you." Luffy laughs. "Welcome to the Straw Hat crew. Now I have a swordsman." Luffy and Zoro arrive at Orange Town, a rundown place controlled by Buggy the Clown and his pirate crew. Buggy ate the Bara Nami, which lets him split his body into pieces and control them separately. He laughs loudly. "I'm Captain Buggy. My big red nose is famous, and I'll steal all your treasure." There they meet Nami, a clever girl with orange hair who specializes in stealing from pirates. At first, she tricks Luffy, ties him up, and hands him to Buggy so she can steal his map of the Grand Line. She tells him, "I'm not a pirate. I only steal from pirates to reach my own goal." But Luffy trusts her anyway. He breaks free using his rubber strength. In the fight, Buggy flies his body parts around to attack, but Luffy grabs him and blasts him away with a powerful double palm strike. Nami saves an injured Zoro from Buggy's men. She agrees to join temporarily as their navigator. "I'll help you with navigation, but only for now." Luffy cheers. "Great, now I have a smart navigator." The crew sails on to Syrup Village, a peaceful place surrounded by hills and trees. There they meet Usopp, a skinny boy with a long nose who constantly lies to look brave. "I'm Captain Usopp. I have 8,000 followers ready to fight." Usopp lies to protect the village from fear. He is the son of Usopp, a sniper in Shanks' crew. Usopp spends time with Kaya, a wealthy but sickly girl who loves listening to his wild stories. Usopp reveals that Kaya's butler, Cladahar, is actually the former pirate Captain Kuro, known for 100 different plans. Kuro wears glasses and uses cat claw weapons on his hands. He plans to murder Kaya and steal her fortune with his black cat pirates. Kuro says coldly, "I am Kuro. I will kill all of you. This has been planned for 3 years." The Black Cat pirates attack the village. The battle begins. Zoro fights the 2 swordsmen of the crew using his 3-sword style, cutting down multiple enemies at once. Nami swings her staff to knock out grunts. Usopp uses his slingshot to fire explosive pellets. Luffy faces Kuro, who moves at blinding speed with his silent steps technique. Luffy defeats him with a rapid barrage of punches. Usopp proves his real courage and joins the crew as their sniper. "I want to become a brave pirate like my father." Grateful, Kaya gives them a new ship called the Going Merry, a small caravel with a sheep figurehead. "Let this ship remind you of our village." The crew reaches the Barati, a famous floating restaurant shaped like a giant ship. There they meet Sanji, a handsome blonde cook in a black suit who treats women with perfect chivalry and kicks rude men without hesitation. Sanji says sweetly to Nami, "Anything you desire, my lady," while kicking Luffy away. "You don't deserve this food." The restaurant owner, Zeph, is an old cook with a wooden leg who raised Sanji like a son. Suddenly, Don Krieg arrives with his massive fleet of 50 ships. Krieg, the strongest pirate in East Blue, wears golden armor and carries many weapons. He declares, "I will take this restaurant. I need supplies to return to the Grand Line." Krieg attacks with poison and cannons, but his second-in-command, Jin, refuses to let the cooks die because they once saved his life. Out of nowhere, Dracul Mihawk appears, the world's greatest swordsman, with yellow eyes and a huge black blade. Mihawk slices Krieg's entire fleet in half with a single swing and says calmly, "I came looking for a real challenge." Zoro challenges him, "I will defeat you and become the greatest swordsman." They duel. Mihawk easily defeats Zoro, cutting him only with a small knife out of respect, but he is impressed by Zoro's determination. Zoro collapses but swears to Luffy, "I will never lose again." The fight against Krieg continues. Luffy sends him flying far away with a powerful rocket-like charge. Sanji protects the restaurant. Luffy convinces him to join. "Come with us. You'll cook for the crew and find the All Blue, the sea where all fish in the world live." Sanji tearfully says goodbye to Zeph. "Thank you, father. I'm going to chase my dream." He joins as the cook. "Fine. I'll cook for you, but ladies eat first." One night, Nami steals the Going Merry and sails away alone. The crew follows her to Kokoyashi village, her home. There they learn her painful past. 8 years earlier, Arlong, a saw-nosed fishman with monstrous strength, attacked the village. He killed Bellemere, the former marine who adopted Nami and her sister Najiko. Before dying, Bellemere told the girls, "Nami, Najiko, I love you both. Live strong." Arlong forced Nami to work for him as a cartographer, promising to free the village if she collected 100 million berries. Nami cries, "For 8 years I stole and betrayed every pirate crew I could to save up that money." But Arlong lied and took the cash anyway. He laughs, "You're just a tool, human. This village will never be free." Luffy listens to the whole story in silence. He walks straight to Arlong Park, the huge fortress Arlong built. He gently places the straw hat on Nami's crying head and says quietly, "From now on, your burden is mine." The final battle erupts. Injured Zoro fights Hachin, the six-sword fishman, and defeats him with his three-sword style. Sanji kicks Kuroubi, the blue-finned fishman, using precise kicking techniques. Usopp tricks Chu with fake tricks and finishes him with his slingshot. Luffy faces Arlong directly. Arlong throws him into the water, but Luffy stretches his arm to pull himself out. He destroys the entire park with one massive downward smash. Arlong falls defeated. Nami screams of joy and relief. "I want to live. I'm officially joining you as your navigator." The village and crew celebrate together. Luffy declares, "Now my crew is complete. Luffy, the captain, Zoro, the swordsman, Nami, the navigator, Usopp, the sniper, Sanji, the cook." The Straw Hats reach Log Town, the historic city where Gold Roger, the previous king of the pirates, was born and executed. Luffy wanders the streets, stands on the execution platform where Roger died, and shouts, "I'm going to find the One Piece." Captain Smoker, a marine with the power to turn into smoke, chases them down. "You won't escape, Straw Hat." At the last moment, a mysterious man with a green cloak, Dragon, creates a sudden whirlwind that saves Luffy, though Luffy doesn't know who he is. The crew escapes on the Going Merry and heads toward River Mountain, the upside-down current that leads into the Grand Line. Luffy stands at the bow, straw hat on his head, and yells, "Let's go! We're entering the Grand Line. The real adventure starts now. We'll find the One Piece and make all our dreams come true." And that's it. East Blue Saga is over. From a child crying on the beach watching his hero lose an arm, to a crew of 5 dream chasers standing on the bow of the Going Merry, charging straight into the Grand Line. That straw hat went from being a simple promise to a symbol of responsibility, trust, and a bond that can never be broken. From now on, your dream is my responsibility. That one line alone is enough to make grown people stand up and clap by themselves. If that moment still hurts you in the best way, just like the first time, smash that like button right now. And if you want to keep sailing with me, Alabasta Saga is coming next with the same energy. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Drop in the comments, what's your strongest East Blue moment? Arlong Park, Zoro versus Mihawk, Sanji saying goodbye to Zeph, or the second Luffy placed the hat on Nami's head. Thank you for riding with me through this sea. See you in the next one. Stay strong, keep dreaming big. One Piece, we're only just getting started. Peace.